Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. I'm recording this a little bit early, just a couple minutes before the market closed. I got some time between my break, so I'm gonna go ahead and record the video right now. So my first trade on the day was Limn. So today was honestly a little bit slower day, but I was glad because today I actually had patience and I took a lot of discipline. For me, I feel like in the old days, I think about in 2024, I would have probably rushed so many trades that would have caused me to lose just unnecessary losses. So I was like, okay, today is going to be slower. I kind of had that feeling once we didn't really get anything until like 5:30. But the first trade it took was Limn. So Limn, the float was actually 5 million around there. That's what I was looking at. And I thought this was a recent IPO because usually a recent IPOs is going to show like a float of zero. But this has been around for a couple months, so it's not really new. And the sound that you hear in my background is going to be from the scanner. Oh, what the heck happened? It's that sound. I'm not sure if you hear. It's like a beeping. That's just like the scanner that I use for the day trade dash. So anything that's coming up, you'll hear like a beep. So I'm not sure if you heard that, but if you did, then that's what that is. So the first trade I took was at 4:01 in the morning. So this one I was holding for a bit of like 9 minutes. And reason why I held, well, one, my stop loss wasn't really triggered. And on LIMN, so I get in around 4:20. So it pops up right here at 7 a.m., right on the dot. Really couldn't get in. I mean, I should have been watching this one a little bit closer. I mean, I kind of flipped to it and it was already at this candle. So I was really late on it. And I took my first trade around 4:20 price average. So let's see, I took 401 right around here. I'll circle where 401.35. So I took my trade right here. That's where I took my first candle, my first trade at 420. It dumps down to 412, but I'm still down. It was only a 100 share position, so I'm down like about $8. So I'm like, okay, goes up. I'm looking for a push over 431. The resistance level was around 432, 431. I was looking for a break higher up to 450, and to take my profit for the base day for around $40, $30. I didn't take my profit. I mean, I thought I was gonna push higher. Goes down even further, barely hits my stop loss, goes up higher, and I know I'm holding for a little bit longer time. This was a little bit risky, but I was seeing a lot of support around 420, so I was like, okay, this seems like to be strong, have a strong move. Yeah, and it pushes higher again, but instantly rejects at 436. So I'm like, okay, there is clearly a lot of sellers at that level, and I really don't get out till around 4:10 in the morning for a profit of like $13. So I get out 4:34. I get out right here just in time. So I waited for this crossover right before this crossover happened on the MACD, and yeah, honestly, it started dumping from there, and I was glad I got out for small profits. Now my next trade, I mean, you could say that I should have left it at here, but my next trade was Elab. So Elab, man, I missed this one twice. I missed Elab twice, both times. I mean, there was no news on the stock when I was trading it, and it went off on volume right over here. I was watching this whole move right here in the beginning, right before 4:30, and I was not expecting this huge volume to occur at 4:20 or 5:20 in the morning. I mean, this was just immediately. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think to see if you guys would be able to predict this right here, this volume pop. I sure as hell didn't. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was kind of like, whatever. I missed that move. And I honestly don't take a trade till closer to 4:30. So I miss it again right here as it goes down. But the MACD is still negative, so I don't think it still would have been a good trade. So I actually get in 425 right around here. Reason being is that I thought that this was going to cross over right over here. I thought at this area we would. Ah, shit, what did I do? I hate when that happens. Right now it's 1 minute till closing. Yeah, to honestly, it was a little slow. Yeah. Right around here. So on Elab, I thought as soon as this candle hit, this was a doji candle went up, I thought we were going to break through from this candle, breaking this high at 270, flushes down, and I'm like, okay, and then I add on another dip at 265. So actually, really, that wasn't dip. I added right here, the high of this candle, 265. Flushes down again, and then I add again. So I'm in 300 share position at 255. So for this bounce up until VWAP, I thought this would be a falling wedge. You know, it's falling down. I thought this would kind of rip up on volume once this hit the VWAP. So I took another trade here and began to go up, and I thought this was going to be the move. I was trying to predict it in advance, and I start selling my position up to here at 260. 268, 265, 257, and I started selling further because this double topped basically right over here, and I'm glad I just got out before it sank to 246. And what do you know, it goes up to 278, 280, and I missed that, and I'm like, well, shit. And I still have enough funds to trade, but I still missed this move right here. So I honestly, I lucked out. I mean, I don't know if I should have been more patient, if I should have kept this an eye on this a little bit better, but this just shows that my trading abilities are still far less superior than those that have been trading a lot longer, and that's just due to experience. So I could be watching this for maybe a longer time if it's on a slower day and I feel like the stock has much more room to move. I could be watching it closer, and then as this breaks out again, I could probably take another trade as soon as it hits this VWAP again and bounces off support. That likely could have been my next area to add in if I had paid attention. But I gave up. After this, I was like, I'm done. I lost $11. First trade I got 13 in. Second trade I got $11 out. So I'm like, up on the day, only $1, But hey, $1 is still green, no red. It's keeping my green streak. Honestly, I'll take it because I had the courage to walk away, and I was like, okay, fine. Like, there's nothing to trade. I'm not going to force a trade. If I do that, I'm going to lose all the progress, and I cannot do that. I'm in no position to lose progress. Or no one should be in any position to lose progress. So I'm going to show you guys my P&L for the day. Actually, let me just keep it here. Why am I making things harder for myself? I'm going to switch screens right over here. Yep. Let me make this bigger. Cool. So right here, I'll show you my average fills. So this is what happened. And then let's see, activity and positions, only up on the day for about $1. If this thing can load, yep, $1 on the day. Not much, but it is what it is. This is my last trade of the day. The morning was Elab, so this is what I'm looking at, level 2. This is still after hours. So what I'm seeing here, so this is probably a good example. So if I'm not feeling confident on a trade, or if I'm exiting out early, it's because you see how I saw 135 over here on this ask. That's actually going to be 13,000, and that was at this level. I forgot where it was showing. I think it was showing at 236. Here, we'll refresh the screen. Let me see where it's showing. Ooh, my computer's slow. Low-key need a new computer, man. I mean, I had this computer for 2 years. It still works great, but I don't know. I kind of want a powerful computer. I mean, I want 2 separate computers. I'm using this computer for school, but I want a computer just for trading, so I can just separate the two because everything's combined, and I feel like that's not the best way to do it, but it's what I can work with now, and it's not stopping my trading ability. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at some point, I will have to upgrade, but now's not the time. But yeah, you see right here, this is telling me that this support at 228. This is still moving up after hours. I wonder what's driving it. I wonder if any news came out. I'm checking the stock quote. So let's see. Elab announces 1.6 million in gross proceeds from warrant inducement with institutional investors priced at the market under NASDAQ rules. So it just came out actually not a couple hours ago actually. So exercise price at $2, so it's above that price. Okay. Well, maybe this will keep it going. But yeah, you see, that's 26,000. So if there are some times where I'm seeing these amount of ask volume on this side, and it's just at that point what I'm looking at is selling, straight up selling, and I think it's going to be heavy, but it looks like there's a lot of buying, and it's actually showing, I feel, on the support. If we look at the chart right now on my end, oh shit, right over here, yeah, you see how there's support at 228. Oh, actually now it's showing 18,000 buyers at 236 level, I mean, it's after hours, so honestly, the volume is gonna be low. It won't be as fast. I mean, the time in sales isn't like flipping like crazy. Usually, when things are fast, this time in sales chart is just dropping down like instant. You can't even catch up. But this is real slow. And honestly, it's after hours, so liquidity is gonna be a lot less. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this today. Stay disciplined. Discipline is what avoided a loss for me, and I'm really happy that I was able to stay disciplined. I just said, hey, I'm gonna pack it up. I had to pack it up. Sometimes you gotta just pack it up, and that's okay. So we're gonna go into the last week of August. We gotta continue with our same strategy, or what we've been doing. Honestly, I gotta hand it to myself. This week was really slow, but I was still able to profit enough for me. I was able to profit good for my type of trading size. So I'm going to take that. I know for bigger traders, it was probably harder for them because they couldn't make as much profit. But for a small trader like myself, honestly, I'm really happy. I'll take it. $3.99 on the week, man. That just brings me joy. So I'm just glad to see my developments from a year ago until now. 1 year ago, I actually started with Warrior Trading, with their Day Trade Dash. I had to re-sign their agreement because you have to sign up every year, I guess, for like I think you just gotta update information because you're using like market data, so you just have to update that stuff. But yeah, that was it for today. I'm looking forward to Monday morning, last week of August. This has been the best month so far, so I have to keep it up to that. I have to. I cannot disappoint myself. I will be disappointed, but I cannot disappoint myself. All right, you guys take care. Bye bye.